That was a nice, soothing, beautiful intro there, man.
Well, we all need a little bit of soothing, melodious music at the NAmm show.
We definitely do. And let's now have a melodious video with you. Dave from Pigtronix. We've also chatted to you about Super Amps as well, where you've got new stuff. You've also got a load of new stuff, Pigtronix pedals. Talk us through it.
Well, we've been deep in the R&D lab for many years working on a pedal that was released this week. It's called the Ecolution Squared. And the Ecolution Squared is the final culmination of 4 years of R&D designed to create a fully programmable multi-tap modulation delay. This pedal is both smaller and less noise than the original Ecolution. It's packed with all sorts of new features, advanced stuff, some of which are totally new effects that have never been done before, and it's fully programmable. And so it's nice and compact. The original Ecolution had a lot of really cool ideas in it, but you really had to learn the pedal, and when you created sounds, there was no way to really get back to your favorite sounds without tweaking everything manually. With this pedal, which ships from the factory with 60 custom presets, you can basically get to any sound you ever created instantly. So while we'll go through the features in just a moment, we can just start by taking a look at how you get to the different presets. The preset I'm using right now is called Angels. This involves a whole bunch of the kind of weirder features that are in this thing. But the Ecolution 2 Deluxe has 60 presets broken up into 6 banks of 10 each. When you want to change presets, all you have to do is push down on the tap switch, and you can push up, choose the preset you want, push enter. If you want to go down, you get back in that preset mode and hold down to go down. Okay? The other way to change presets is using the optional remote switch, which you see down here. The remote switch gives me my top 4 presets in each bank. So if I push and hold, I can go up a bank. If I push and hold on this one, I can go down a bank, and then I get my top 4 presets in each bank. Instant recall. There's another 2 ways to change presets on the Ecolution 2. One is via MIDI. Every single button, every single function, and every single knob, parameter, preset, etc., all the timing can all be controlled by MIDI on this pedal. And there's also a free editor application that comes with it. And this you can see up on the screen here. The editor is not doing any audio processing, it's just simply a control mechanism. You plug your computer in via USB to the pedal, and as you can see, as I turn knobs on the pedal, stay on the editor there, you can see the editor registering the changes. The knob turns green, and so I can visually see what I want, and then you just right-click and store your current settings to that preset slot. And then, so to get between presets, I can just kind of double-click. This is the Golden Stereo Wash preset. I kind of consider this my own signature sound. This uses 2 multi-taps, with the second tap being related to the first tap by a factor that is the spiral, the golden ratio. It's also doing a ping-pong delay, and it has our comb filter, which is a very interesting all-pass phase-shifting structure that's injected with a whole lot of triangular blue noise to create some pretty neat sounds. So here's the Golden Stereo Wash preset. Get a little longer, you can get a sense of that rhythm. And then we'll show you a couple other presets that are in here. This is one I call Dub Wars. This goes out to all my boys in New York City. This is our proprietary tape filter to give you that classic kind of space echo sound where things are losing lows and losing highs and deteriorating as they go. This pedal will fully self-oscillate if you ask it to. And now when you change the delay time on this pedal, as with any really nice analog delay, the pitch changes, but with this one, once you pass a certain extreme, that delay pitch change locks to an octave. And there's in fact a whole bunch of interesting tricks in this pedal, some of which involve octaving. So one of them is the jump mode. So I'm going to go ahead and select my Ecolution 2 Basic. Hold the mic up a little higher for me. Ecolution 2 Basic preset, and I'll show you the jump mode. What the jump mode allows you to do is trigger on the remote switch an octave jump on the repeats so that they go up in octaves. So here would be the sound. You can also freeze your echo. So you can do some really cool kind of echoey tricks and stuff. And the Angels preset you heard at the beginning uses the Halo mode, which is octaves up on every repeat. So to sum up the feature set, you basically have every knob's controllable via expression pedal, every knob's controllable via envelope, 14 different multi-tap patterns, 8 different filter modes, 8 different LFO modes, including some super LFOs, which actually take the main LFO and then superimpose 4 other LFOs on top of it. The LFOs can be synchronized to your tap tempo value or MIDI. And then, there's the reverse delay and the, various different kind of gobbledygook type things and ducking and whatnot. So this pedal is a dream come true for me. I've been working on it for a really, really long time. What we do at Pigtronix, it's a little different than other people's approach, is we let analog do what it's good at and digital do what it's good at. So all the filtering and all that non-linear compression and tape emulation is all done in the analog domain, and then the digital delay line gives you the tap tempo and the 10 seconds long and the presets and all that stuff. So this pedal is really versatile, incredibly usable. Your tech can control your presets from front of house or backstage. It's a pretty monster piece of engineering, and it's $299 for the basic model and $399 for the deluxe. Last thing I'll say about it is that unlike the delays from other manufacturers, you can use every algorithm on this pedal simultaneously. So it's a sound design machine. You can basically pick and choose all the different stuff you want to do and just kind of make your own delay and then save it.
I was just about to say, it sounds like a delay nerd's dream. And I was going to ask you, there's obvious competition to this pedal in the market. I was going to ask you why people should buy this over, say, something from Strymon or something from Eventide. I think you probably just, you gave me the answer you're probably going to give me, but...
I call digital modeling faking the funk, okay? Analog has a funk to it. It does a lot of really odd, non-linear things that are very difficult and to do in the digital domain and are very CPU consuming, so that they eat up all your processing power. I really wanted to focus on being able to use the CPU to give you all the fancy algorithms all at once and let the analog do that kind of filtering thing. So not only do we have more options and more different sounds and stuff, as well as a few of those unique kind of jump and halo stuff, but also you've got a warmer, fatter, richer analog sound with more headroom.
Having a pretty good time here, so is there anything else you want to show us?
Oh yeah. Okay, we're just gonna take a look now at the new Pigtronix power supply.
Okay.
Let's face it, folks, my pedals run on 18 volts and I'm never gonna compromise. 18 volts just sounds good. And we need a power solution that's gonna power a whole bunch of 18 volt stuff. So this entire board is running off the new Pigtronix Power by Chocks. And I still got 2 outlets free. 3 or 4 of these outlets have 300 mA, and 4 of them are variable, anywhere between 9, 12, 15, or 18 volts. So basically this thing can power any pedal that runs on DC on the whole planet. And pretty much the largest, most ridiculous pedal board you could think of, it'll handle it. It's all isolated outputs, and it's made in the EU by Chocks. This guy's an expert in power supply design, so we turned the gig over to him, and I'm really happy with the result. It's a really convenient thing, and it's going to solve a lot of problems for people who use big pedal rigs.
When is it available, and how much is it going to cost?
This thing's going to be $400 street price, and it'll be available in the spring. And then the last pedal I really am excited to show you guys here is the Rota Tron. We've been working on the Rota Tron for a while. This is an all-analog Leslie simulator, and it's really pretty simple to use. It's got stereo in, stereo out. You have 2 separate speeds, and you can toggle between the 2 speeds. Now you have a ramp time that's going to determine how long it takes to go from slow to fast. And then you have a depth control. You have separate expression pedal controls for both the low and high rotor. and you have a brake output for a momentary or latching switch to do the braking thing. So I've got my brakes foot switch down on the pedal board on the floor here. This thing uses a combination of frequency shifting, phase shifting, tremolo, panning, a 3-way Linkwitz-Riley crossover, 4 LFOs, and a couple other little special tricks.
So just a few things packed in there then.
All kind of rolled up into what I think is the most convincing Leslie simulator ever made. And it's full stereo, and you just kind of put your head in the middle and let it rip. So let's do it.
Let's hear it, yeah.
Gain added.
I don't know how well you'll hear some of those kind of higher oscillations and high frequency sounds at home, but that does have that kind of Leslie wail to it. It's really convincing.
It's really funny that you say that. The Leslie wail is exactly what we refer to in the shop. Yeah. And he's not here right now. My head of quality control, Kevin Griffin, has been playing in hippie bands for like 20 years with Leslie's, and he gave me the hardest time about this pedal. No, that's not right. No, you gotta. And we tuned this thing up to really replicate, in a scientific fashion, a lot of the little idiosyncratic quirks of a Leslie 122 or 147. Certain things like the way that the mid-range not only has a different time constant in terms of speeding up and slowing down because the lower rotor is a big heavy baffle and the AC motor speeds up the top rotor a lot faster than the lower one, but also the ultimate top speed and low speed, there's an offset between the high rotor and the low rotor that turns out to be 5/6. So finding out the little things like that and really working it, the crossover points that are set up, as well as just the tuning of the various effect stages. One of the things that's real weird about this is we're actually using something called a quadrature LFO. And to our knowledge, this is the only all-analog quadrature LFO that's ever been created that stays linear in terms of actually creating a sine wave, cosine, inverted sine across the entire speed range of the LFO, which has been done in a way to match the speed range of a Leslie and then go a little further on each end. Same with the ramp times there. You can get all of those Leslie sounds and then just go a little further if you want. And then if you want to start creating some rhythms and different types of motion that you can't get with a Leslie, you can plug an expression pedal into one or both of the rotors and get all sorts of different types of time constants and offsets. But that Leslie wail, that was like the last piece that came together. And it's a pretty special pedal. I'm really happy with it. I wish Danny Gatton was still here to get one from me, but his sounds, the sounds from the Beatles, and definitely Frampton Comes Alive were the kind of benchmarks for us to try to get it. We also used the Leslie pedal from Hammond, the Neo Instruments Ventilator, which are both digital roto sims, the Dynacord, the German CLS 222 that Dave Gilmore used on Division Bell. Oh my God, that thing's a rack unit, amazing. The Motion Sound stuff, the Hammond stuff, we got them all. And we put this thing up against every single one of them with the intent of beating their pants off.
Sounds like you've done a lot of love and research has been put into this.
I do love my job, I'll be honest with you. The Rota Tron's going to street for $275, which in and of itself was pretty much an accomplishment given how much stuff's in there.
Okay, great. And when is that available?
That one will also be available in the spring.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for all of that. I just had myself a brilliant time at NAMM. So hopefully we'll see you maybe Summer NAMM, Winter NAMM, Messe.
You will always see me at NAMM, okay, without a doubt. And Pigtronix is just going to keep coming up with more futuristic audio technology.
And there you have it, futuristic audio technology. I've been Richard Beach for SonicState.com, having a very, very fun time geeking out at the Pigtronix stand. And yeah, SonicState.com/amps for more guitar videos, more gear. We also have live blogs running through every day at NAMM 2014. So thanks for watching and stay tuned. Cheers.